Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Vivek Learns. So in the last video we had solved this problem where we try to rotate the numbers k number of times. So in this video let's continue with the next question that we have where we have to find the GCD and LCM. Okay, so let's try to read the question first. You are required to print the greatest common divisor of two numbers. You are also required to print the lowest common multiple of the same numbers. Take input num1 and num2 as the two numbers, print their GCD and LCM. Okay, so let's say we have two numbers 9 and uh, 12, 12 and 9, right? And how do we calculate the GCD? Basically, what's the GCD? GCD is the greatest common divisor. So it is the greatest number which divides both of these digits. So for this it is 3. And how will we get the 3 as 1? So what we do is that we divide 12 by 9 and we keep on dividing till we get the answer as 0. But each time we divide, we swap the divisor and the dividend. So here 12 is the dividend, right? And 9 is the divisor. Now what happens is after we divide this, we get quotient and answer remainder, right? So your quotient will be 1 and remainder will be 3. So in the next iteration what happens is this remainder becomes the divisor. So divisor is equals to 3 now, and then the previous divisor becomes the dividend. Dividend equals to 12. So what is 12 by 3, which is 0? Like the remainder is 0. So the quotient is 12 fourths, 12, 3 fourths are 12, right? Sorry. And the remainder is 0. So the GCD for 12 and 9 will be 3 because 3 is the number which completely divides 12 and 9. And how will we find the LCM, right? So we have a property in maths which says LCM into GCD is equals to num1, excuse me, times num2. So we can find, we know all these parameters, right? So we can easily find the LCM from these. So let's try to code this. GCD and LCM. I've created a class and let me take two inputs here. Okay, let me remove this logic. Okay, let's say this is num1 and we have the other number as num2. Okay, so what we do is that we can have some kind of do while loop. We can, we have to iterate till we get the remainder as 0, right? And what is the remainder is? It is the modulus of num1 and num2, right? To end the while here. While remainder is not equals to 0, we have to keep on iterating. And then we have to swap each time, right? So first time we'll get 12 by 9, which is 3. Okay, we'll get the remainder as 3. And what do we do after that? Then we have to do num1 is equals to num1 is basically the dividend that we have discussed here, right? So the dividend will become the divisor which was present, right? Is to num2, and basically num2 will become the remainder, right? So first what we do is that we calculate the remainder, which is num1 mod num2. Then we swap the numbers. Okay, let's try to print the what will be the output here now. The output will be okay. So for the first time, the output will be the divisor, right? That we have. Yep, which is num2. But we have replaced the num2 by 0. So we can have an if condition here where we check equals 0. Then we can have this condition here. Yeah. So let's try to print the num2. Let me try to run it from here. The fourth number, let's say 12, 9. Oops, the num2 is 0. If the remainder is not equals to 0, my bad. Yep, we get the output. Let's try for the one where we have 36 and 24. 6, 24, 12. Yep. Yeah. So this is how we can solve it for the GCD part. Now let's try to calculate the LCM now. We can calculate the LCM. We can directly print it rather. This is the GCD. The LCM we can find out using. So basically we would have lost all the numbers here. So it's better that we keep a copy of those numbers. Okay. So as we discussed, it is nothing but temp 1 times temp2 temp num2 divided by num2, because num2 is the GCD here, right? Let's try for 36 and 24. Yep, GCD is 12 and LCM is 72. So hope you have understood this problem. Like, we first find the GCD by dividing it, and then we find the LCM using this property, like num1 times num2 divided by GCD. Okay. LCM is the number mm, which is divisible by both the numbers that we have completely. So let's move to the next problem that we have, which is prime factors of a number. You are required to display prime factors of number. Take as input number n, print all the prime factors from largest to the greatest. Okay, so we have this number and we have to print the largest, oh sorry, the prime factors. So if we have the number 12, then the prime factors will be 2, then the remainder 2 by 12, right? What do we get is, we get 6, right? We again divide by 2. What do we get is, mm, what do we get? We get 3. Then we divide by 3. We get 1. So we have to keep on dividing till we get 1, right? So let's try to code this part. We'll start from 2 and we'll increment till we get the next prime factor that we have. Okay. Prime factors, right? Let's say enter a number. And we have to divide till we get, till that number is not 1, while num is not equals 1, right? And we have a counter or variable. So we start with 2 and we keep on increasing it, right? If num mod divisor is not equals 0, then what do we do is that we increase the divisor. Else what we do is num is equals to num by divisor, right? So, and we have to print the divisor each number of time, right? So we have to print the divisor. Yep. So let's try to solve this. 2, 2 and 3. Like 2 times 2 is 4 and then 3. Let's try to solve for this. Mm, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 2, double 3, 5. 5 times 2, double 3, 5. Yep. Yeah. So that's all for this video. See you guys in the next one.